Hey kids,
Hey Dad!
what do you want to do today?
We don't know!
Want to go to the movies?
No!
Want to go to the water park?
No!
Want to go play disc golf?
Yeah! Let's go play disc golf!
Hey guys, welcome back to RC Disc Golf Podcast. Here we go. First round this week was first round Western New York Point Series event 2024. We had strong winds, very
weather.
cold, snowed for 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It was a fun one.
Yeah. It was interesting to say the least.
Yeah. Outwater Park. I don't know what else we got to say about it, really.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite courses to play at, that's for sure. I felt pretty good.
Not one of my favorite, but it's growing up there to be kind of like, eh.
You'll get there.
Yeah.
It'll soon become one of your favorites as well, too. So what we're going to do today, guys, we're going to go through, first of all, for our thing, Battle of the Belt. I always forget to do this, probably because I keep losing. So, Josh got me again, guys, so. Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
Oh. There we go. Would help if I was pushing the right button.
Yeah. I was starting to think that the clapping button must be getting tired clapping for me.
No, we already had... No, we're experiencing some technical difficulties, so hopefully this goes well. But yeah, and tournament rounds are for 2 points on the board, so Josh has got a strong lead on me right now.
Yeah, we're got to keep building before you catch me.
Well, that's 6 over me right now? Yeah? Yeah?
Yep, 6 over you right now.
Damn.
It's a good start.
Good start. We'll pick it up, though. We
still got like 5 months.
we got the Bond Lake Open
Open
2 weeks from now. 2 weeks after that is round 2
At Wilson.
at Wilson for the Point Series.
And then...
I'm not up. I don't have anything else scheduled, really,
Yeah.
as far as like sign-ups goes. Those are the 2 things that we're signed up for next.
Yeah.
Did you decide, are you going to do tree direction this year?
I'm not going to be able to.
Oh, okay.
I gotta get some house project done.
That'll set you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off on it, too.
Yeah.
I'll wait till anything out in Emory. I might just wait till maybe later in the season.
Yeah.
We'll see how the summer goes.
Yeah, same with me.
All right.
Yep.
Let's
The next one that I'm keeping my eye open for signups is Spartan Disc Open, because that would be.
Where's that going to be?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh.
I'm hoping that it would be at Beaver again. That way I can kind of get a rerun at that, because I had a bad run there. So
I am terrible at Beaver.
And now that I kind of figured out a little bit more of how to throw properly, I kind of want to see what I can do.
All right.
Yeah. So hopefully it's at Beaver, and hopefully the signups will come up soon, and yeah.
Fingers crossed, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we just gotta wait for more tournaments to get posted up and signups open.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what I got to do. I think I survived pretty well in this last event.
Not only survived, but you're the luckiest guy I've ever seen in around there. I mean, I'm not sure if you had your Lucky Charm in your pocket or what.
I had a horseshoe up my butt.
Literally.
I don't know. I was happy with how clean I kind of survived. Obviously, it was very stressful scrambling from hole 1 on. I mean, I did not have an easy hole, except for maybe hole 8. That was probably 4 and 8, the only 2 that I got birdies on. Those were the only holes that I played fairly easy. So, all right, guys, we're going to go through my round and then Josh's round, hole for hole here.
And a reminder, Jimmy is the luckiest guy I've ever seen in a freaking round.
No, all right. So, all right, hole 1, let's start off. Hole 1, Outwater Park here, 211 feet, par 3. I shanked the first shot up into the tree onto the left side. Had to pitch up, tap in for par. Hole 2, 266, par 3, again, shanked to the tree on the left side. the one right before the pavilion. So I didn't
Yeah.
even make it to the pavilion on this one.
Thank goodness that tree was there, or else you would have been in the pavilion, and
Yeah.
we would have been yelling 4.
Yeah, 4 OB for sure on that one. So yeah, again, I had a nice sky hyzer shot for my second shot, and then tap in again for another par. Hole 4, they moved this basket to a temporary position. So if you've ever been to Outwater, they got these white pillars. They put the basket to the end of those, so they made it a 500.
I love that position.
Yeah.
I wish that was the permanent one.
A 500-foot par 4. I like playing it as a par 4
Yeah.
because it makes more sense to me. Even it's a difficult par 3 in the original position that it's at.
I've gotten the par 3 in the original position a couple times. Otherwise, it's a 4.
I've gotten it a couple times, but my drive has to be a crush
Yeah.
for me to do it because then I'm laying up for par. It's very difficult to get a par there on 3 for me. But yeah, I had a decent drive. Maybe just too much hyzer on it. I ended up not as far as I would like. Second shot, I shanked. That one ended up on the right side too, didn't it? Yeah, I was behind a tree, like kind of where your drive was actually. Ended up over there on the right side, so I had to throw a pretty sky hyzer forehand up to the pin, which the wind got underneath this one. It made me very nervous. I thought it was going to go OB left down the hill.
Yeah, that tree.
Yeah, I hit the final tree at the end of the pillars there.
And it just so gracefully dropped you right in front of the basket.
Yeah.
It was like the branch literally just reached up, grabbed your
Here you
disc,
go.
and just...
It would have been great if it tossed it in the basket for me for a nice birdie, but no, another tap-in par. We go to hole 4, 163 feet, par 3. This one was just an easy putter throw for me, so right up to the basket, toss it in for a birdie.
It was one of the better shots I've seen you make in the past couple weeks there.
On that hole, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been having early releases and still coming out okay, just because I had enough angle on it.
This one looked butter smooth and just glided.
Yeah. Yeah, that one felt good coming out of the hand.
Yeah.
I liked it. I was very happy with it. So, sitting at 1 down right now. Hole 5, 267 foot, par 3, down the hill. I crushed this drive, I thought. I had a great shot. I probably would have went long, but I don't think it would have stayed like OB or nothing. I think it would have been down there in the ditch. But I ended up hitting a tree towards the bottom of the hill, so it stopped it short.
Yeah.
Again, just pitch up for another par on 5.
Yeah. Another tree saved your butt there.
Another tree saved my butt. Hole 6, 475 foot, par 4, uphill all the way. Forehand in this one, just went straight to the sky. I ended up on 16's fairway, like in the middle of the fairway on 16.
Like, you not only made it up there, but you made it clean. You didn't hit any trees on your way up, nothing. It just went up and gracefully landed you in the fairway up there.
It was unbelievable. I can't believe it stayed up there. And they don't have it marked OB. I'm assuming it's because they don't expect anybody to be doing that.
Surprise!
So, my mistake up there. I'm so glad that they cleaned out the whole course because it's all open now. So if you do end up on that fairway on a 16 and throwing on hole 6, you can easily get up to the pin from there because it's a nice wide open shot. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do that.
Nope. You
Second
shanked
shot,
it.
shanked it again. My forehands were not helping me at all, dude. They were terrible this day. So this one, I had no angle control on this one. It just goes straight over the edge of the cliff, heading down towards the road, which is OB. I hit a tree late down there, ends up being safe still, but now I'm across 7's fairway, down at the bottom by the road. So I went up to 16, still playing hole 6, by the way, up to 16, from 16's fairway, down to 7's fairway. I'm all over the place. Hiking up and down these hills is not fun, especially for a big boy like me. So I get down to 7's fairway. I hike up another one, just a huge hyzer shot up the hill, try to get some type of turn towards the pin. I get up. Now I'm finally in hole 6's fairway.
Yeah, you
finally made it.
You hit a tree that redirected your disc, because if it didn't hit a tree, you were hiking up even further, up those rocks that are up to the left near the guardrail. That's where you would have been hiking, but the tree redirected your disc downward and into the fairway.
I got up there and I was out of breath. I was huffing and puffing, and I still hit it. Now I'm shooting for par, and I'm probably about 80 feet still, 60, 80 feet or whatever to the pin. So I'm not making that putt. Plus on 6's basket, it's like that's not. OB is right behind it, and if you hit something, it's going to roll, and it's going to end up down the hill again. So I'm not going to do that nonsense. So I just pitched it up for a single bogey after all that work. I'll take it.
Yeah, very impressed for
nothing else I could have done.
Yeah, the horseshoe was definitely working overtime on that hole.
I told Aaron on our card. I told him I've taken a 6-on-6 so many times.
Yeah.
On this thing, so I'm double bogeying this hole, and that's every shot being in the fairway.
Yeah.
Just like hitting a tree and not getting up there, but every shot is at least in the fairway on 6.
Yeah.
This time I played
all over the place
between 3 other holes. I'm all over the place on this hill, and I got only a single bogey. I think was pretty remarkable for a scramble save there. And we got a 7. Finally catch my breath. 170 foot downhill. I just didn't have the right angle on the disc. I threw it too flat, so it. Did I hit a tree?
Yes, you hit another tree.
Hit another tree. Ends up down. There's a bunch of big logs
got you
down
in
there.
A good spot.
Yeah, I ended up being flat on the fairway at least. So, but still too far out, so I pitched up for another par. Hole 8, 105 feet. Everyone's favorite ace hole. I gave it a run. Just too low underneath the basket.
And a little bit too much sauce.
Well, because I gave it a run. I wanted to get it.
Yeah.
Got to get rid of that bogey I took on 6. So, which I did anyways because I got a birdie. So, sorry, I'm gassy. I just hit dinner. Tacos.
Ooh.
And a cheeseburger.
Nice.
I was feeling a little bit of both, you know?
Yeah.
I couldn't make up my mind. So, hole 9. 205 feet. Shanked this one again. Instead of going to... Oh, no, I went to the right. Yeah, forehand on this one, too.
Oh,
on
you
hole
went
9.
way right.
Yeah, I should have went on the left route. I should have backhanded to the left instead of trying to forehand it. The way that my forehand has been working, plus it was pretty strong winds down there. So I should have went to the left side with a backhand shot. It probably would have been up there. But, yeah, again, I'm in the ditch, though. I'm still safe. Tree saved me again from going OB. But I had a really tight window between some trees up to the pin, so I just chucked one up there. Ended up going long past the pin, kind of back up on the hill. So I'm putting downhill for par, and I just hit the top of the band.
You went to band camp on this one?
Yep, band camp. And, yep, this one was a tap-in bogey for me on 9. So front 9, through all that work, I'm still even.
Yeah.
So up and down through 9. Hole 10, 170-foot par 3, uphill, with the new tee placement on 10.
I love it.
I like it, too. I really do like this a lot. I have to go back when we do a practice round to try it with like a mid-range or something.
Yeah.
Because, again, hole 10, I keep saying this, is 98% chance of roll away on this one.
Yeah.
But you got to get up the hill, which I did not do. Again, shanked this one as well, early release into the side of the mountain, and it stayed up there. So I'm really pinched off and bad footing for my second shot. I just rip a forehand up there, just trying to get up on the hill this time by the basket. I shoot it long, and you said I hit another stump up there?
Yeah, that stump, if you didn't hit that stump, you would hit the side of the hill and skipped OB.
Oh, really?
But that stump, literally, you skipped, you hit the stump, and it smacked you back in bounce.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I guess I'm having a lot of luck. But, yeah, then I had to pitch up and then tap in for bogey still on 10. So, and we go hole 11, 214, par 3. Hit the tree. Right in the middle of the fairway, the big one out there. I hit the branches on there, threw it a little too high that I liked. Then, yeah, just pitch up, throw in for par. Hole 12, 435 foot. They made this one a par 4. I was very happy about that because I didn't know it was a par 4 until I putted.
Yeah.
So until we made the putt and put scores in, I found out it was par 4. This one, I shanked this one again. Did I not just... did I have too much angle on it? I went to a backhand Anheuser shot.
Yeah, and you ended up hitting the tree.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I hit first available, ended up pretty early. Second shot, I tried forehanding up to the basket again. That one just went sky high. Too much hyzer on it. Stalled out and fell down pretty early again. And so then I took my putter and I just pitched up to the basket from there. And then I'm thinking it's par 3, so it's like that's why I'm just gonna whatever pitch it up. Don't make this any worse than it already is.
Yeah.
Ended up being a par 4 anyway, so thank God for that.
So you tapped it in for
par. Hole 13, another new tee pad. I'm gonna have to get used to the angle on this one.
Yeah.
But nothing more I really could have done, especially since my forehand's been the way that it is. So I just threw another backhand on this one. It's 258 feet. I didn't have the right angle on my release, so I threw it too flat, and it just hyzered up to the right. I could have gave this a better run. I mean, I'm probably, I was 60-something, maybe more.
Yeah.
I don't think, I mean...
But you also had an awkward tree in your way.
I did have a tree in my way, too, so I had to do like a little sky hyzer for my putt, which I do like to do, but I had a little too much on this one. It goes over the basket. So another easy tap in for par. I don't know. There's really not much I can do about that.
Yeah.
So 14, 240 feet, par 3. Again, got kind of lucky. It looked like it was going to hit the tree. I went hyzer route, left route to the basket, and just got underneath the branch perfectly. Great shot.
Yeah.
I think it was just a great shot. I mean, just didn't go as far as I would have liked it. We did have a crosswind on this one, so I think it just pushed it down. But, yeah, and this one I just laid up for par as well. 15, 235 foot. Again, my forehand, I did this one. Wasn't too bad. I used the spur, which is more overstable than what the Wrangler that I've been using.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. Maybe if I would use the Wrangler, maybe it would have went out there a little bit better. But I think it did okay. I ended up at the bottom of the fairway. Easy pitch up the hill then for a tap-in par again. Hole 16, 234 foot par 3.
I love this one. This one is my favorite luckiest shot you've had all day.
I've never seen anybody else do this either. It's absolutely amazing. So, yeah, this one, late release, it's trekking for OB. It's going right there. There's the tree. It's coming up, and it, spreads out into, 4 different limbs. And my disc goes inside there, ricochets all around inside there, and just stays inside that stump.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable catch. So, otherwise, yeah, I would have just knocked it OB. Or maybe I got lucky, it would have just knocked it down in the fairway. But either way,
yeah, I'm
behind this tree now. I got no shot. Again, I did the same thing I did on 10, which is just throw a forehand from around the backside of the tree. Actually would have worked okay if I had a little more spin on it. It probably would have skipped up the hill a little bit better. But I landed on the face of the hill underneath the basket. I go to putt. It's looking okay. I hit the top of the basket, direct center top basket. So just, I don't know, maybe just too high, I guess. But I gave it a run. I forget what hole I'm on. 16.
Yeah.
Yes, tap. Then yeah, that would be third shot. Tap in for bogey on that one. 17, 190 foot. I like to do a hyzer flip with an understable on this hole, but the way how windy it's been, I probably would have kissed that disc goodbye. It just would have went downhill, I think, on 17 for sure. So I went more stable, but I still didn't have the right amount of angle on it, so it just hyzered out to the left, or I'm sorry, hyzered out to the right, and on top of the hill, just lay up by the basket and send it home for a par. Best case scenarios, I guess.
Yeah.
And then 18.
The horseshoe fell out on this one.
Yeah, the worst of the worst. 278. Again, I had a decent drive. I just didn't have the right angle on it, so I threw it too flat, hyzered out too early, so I'm kind of short to the pin. So I would have liked to have been closer to give it a good run for a birdie. I would love to have finished on a birdie.
Yeah.
So I lay up for par. I'm probably about 6 feet or so from the basket, and I think I just rushed it, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I go to putt. I hit all the way right side of chains, and it just chains out. It doesn't stick. from that close. It's like, you got to be kidding me on this one. So I didn't even do anything else. I just stayed. I'm like, I didn't even tap it in for the bogey. I let everybody else finish. I was so upset with myself on that one. So tap in bogey on 18 for a solid 3 over par.
Yeah.
Tied 14th.
Hit your goal, though.
I did hit my goal. I wanted to be in the middle, I guess. The best round I had there is 2 under. Worst round I had this year would be 5 over. So, no, I'm sure there's a worse round.
You did a 7.
I did do a 7.
Yeah.
That's okay. I wanted to be between 5 over and 2 under. I was shooting for that range.
Yeah.
Anywhere in between there, I was going to be happy with it. So, and with how much, hiking and bad throws I had to go hunt for, and all that nonsense I had to do, all that scrambling, I think that's a pretty good outcome.
Yeah.
Anybody else, if they would have been dealing with the shots that I've had, I think would have broken down.
Yeah.
I think.
You actually stayed mentally focused. You didn't.
I was having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I was having a good day. As better, as good as I could have.
Yeah.
I mean, if I hadn't had hole 1 jitters, which I totally jinxed myself on. I said that to you on the way up there. I'm like, I just hope I don't shank my first shot on hole 1, because it always happens to me.
Yeah.
It's like, since I just said it out loud, I put it in the universe, and every shot almost became a shank.
Yeah.
Regardless of maybe 2 or 3 holes. Rough day for me, Josh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
see how you did. Let's hear about it. Let's hear what you have to say about it.
So for me, it was just my typical average round. So didn't improve, didn't get any worse, but I just kind of proved my theory that no matter what the weather is, I still get the same score.
It's because you play smart.
I guess.
You do, because I would look at a score back in the days. I would look at my score and see what everybody else had. And it's like, man, if I want to stay within top 10, I need to birdie the next 3 holes.
Yeah.
And that puts too much pressure on you to play.
I never pay attention to what other people are doing.
I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons.
Yeah.
Because it never worked out.
No, it never does.
If you tell yourself you got to birdie the next few holes, guess what? They're probably going to be bogeys now.
Yeah.
So,
hole 1, I got so I busted out the brand new putter, the throwing putter.
Yes.
The Hope and Royal Plastic. Highly recommend this for anybody that throws the Hope. Get it in the Royal Plastic. It's amazing. So I did the wide hyzer route for the backhand. I ripped it a lot further than I thought it was going to be. It looked amazing. It looked perfect.
It was great.
And then we walked up to the pin. I was about 35 feet past it. I was like, oh, maybe I sent this one a little bit too hard. So headwind with 35-mile-an-hour wind. So I was like, all right, I got to keep this putt a little bit lower than normal. Mm-hmm. So I went and putt, had the power, hit the cage, dropped down. So tap in for...
I used to forehand that line. That used to be my line with a destroyer back in the days.
Hole 1 used to be a standstill forehand, and we learned last week during a practice round, can't do that anymore.
Yeah, too far.
Way too far. Hole 2, I grabbed my felon, my sake bomb felon, and I just ripped it in between the pine tree and the normal tree.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. The wooden one.
Yeah, the wooden one. lots of limbs coming off, little twigs and sticks. Yeah.
If it's not a pine tree, we don't know what type of tree it is.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Let me just pull out my tree.
My field guide book.
Yeah.
No, this was a great shot.
Yeah. So I flexed it. It came through. It was still. It came through straight in between the trees, faded out left, and hooked back right, and slid right underneath the pin.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a nice, easy drop in for a bird.
Dunked it.
Yeah. It was pretty nice.
That was a great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hole 3. This one I grabbed the felon again, and I ripped this one. I put a baby flex on it because I didn't want it going left too much, and then coming back to the right. So it did a little left, and then hooked pretty good to the right. Mm-hmm. I ended up in a spot right by the cluster of trees up on the hill on the right.
Yeah, right at the edge of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a really good drive. Mm-hmm. My approach, I had an amazing approach shot from there. I was probably about 25, 30 feet to the right of the pin, behind one of those. I would call it like a blossom tree. I'm not sure what it actually is called.
It's got flowers on it.
Yeah.
Like I said, if it's not a pine tree, it's not. We don't know.
Yeah. So
Maybe if it's not a pine tree, it's not a tree.
yeah. So had a 25 foot look at bird. I went to go putt, released it too high, hit one of the sticks, and just dropped me down. So then it was a drop in for a par.
Yep.
So I was kind of.
Even if it was at the original pin, your drive was so good on this, you would have been laying up for par either way.
Yeah.
So that was a great shot.
Yeah, it was like one of the better shots I've had in a long time there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hole 4. This one should be an easy one, but my shot got stuck on my finger, and I just watched it like go right to the rocks to the left. Had an awkward spot, so I had to kind of like basketball shoot it over the rocks. So
is that what you did?
Yeah.
Did you? I didn't see you do that.
Yeah, I had no shot. I literally couldn't lean anywhere, so I literally just grabbed it and I just like did a Kelvin Heinberg and just shot like a basketball. And I didn't see where it went. That's why I asked you guys, did it roll? Because everyone went silent.
No, it was great.
And then when I came around, it was like right underneath the basket. I'm like, all right, that worked pretty good.
Yeah, it hit like right next to the rocks and just like it just stayed there.
Yeah, definitely could not do that again if I tried.
That was awesome.
Luckiest basketball shot.
I think I was just looking at the basket to see where it was going to land. I didn't see you flip it up at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I couldn't see where the basket was. I couldn't see anything. I literally could not lean over. Couldn't do anything. So I had no other option but go up.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, good shooting there.
Yeah.
Kobe.
I should have just kept my arm up after making it. So yeah, that was a drop in for par.
Yeah.
Hole 5. This one I always struggle on this one, just because
It's a tight fairway to get down.
And I don't have a standstill backhand, so.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, it looks ugly.
It's in development.
Yes. So this one, I actually made it past the first tree, so I was pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
So I was probably about 50 feet from the pin. So I was going to just kind of toss it up there and tap in for the par, but I high released it, kind of don't know what I was doing, and I hit the tree basically right in front of me. It was great.
I think you just had a brain fart on that one. I don't know what you did either.
Yeah, I kind of forgot to release it. I don't know. So then I had to pitch up again. So I pitched up, and then it was a drop-in for bogey. Hole 6, I crushed the drive. I had an amazing drive, so I was like, all right, sweet, cool.
Oh, yeah.
But I ended up a little bit on the left side of the fairway, so I couldn't use a forehand for an approach, which I always love to do. So I always try and make my drive land to the right side of the fairway. That way I can just forehand it.
Yep.
But when it's on the left side, I have to backhand it.
Yep.
So I took the Brave out. I backhanded it. I hit one of those trees, the skinny trees that are up in the fairway, in the middle of the fairway.
Yep.
I hate those things. I hit that. It ricocheted. It took an awkward hit on the fairway, and then it was teeter-tottering on the fairway edge.
Top of the ridge there.
Yeah. So didn't have good footing, couldn't really do anything, so I ended up having to just take my medicine and pitch to the left, get myself back into play, basically, so I can get something going again. And then I pitched up with a forehand and dropped in for a bogey. So
I didn't see any of this.
Oh, yeah, because you were busy hiking the whole time. Yeah.
Good shooting, though, again.
Yeah, it was just one of those times where I just literally had to take my medicine compared to last year where I would have forced it.
I like to play the same as you. I like to be off the drive on 6. I would like to be more on the right side, closer to the ridge, instead of up on that hill.
Yeah.
Being on that hill, anywhere at this course, if you're up on a hill, dude, they're so steep.
Oh, yeah.
You have it's barely any shot.
Yeah.
There's no run up. There's barely any footing just to stand there.
Yeah.
So I don't recommend it.
No. Hole 7. This one, for the past couple times we've been there, I've switched my 7 from the Glory, which I send way past it now, to a Savior. And I should have just kept this one a nice, easy hyzer flip and go. But no, I tried being fancy and tried doing a flex with it. Because I was feeling, you know what, the flex is looking good today. Everything's feeling great. Yeah. Tried being a showboat. Didn't work too well. Yeah.
Maybe you should actually go back to the Glory, just don't put so much arm into it.
Maybe. I'll have to work on that.
Yeah, get a little more touch to it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I had new mid-ranges, so I was using the Texas Ranger because I lost the Harpoon at Como Park in
Yeah.
16. I want the Harpoon back so bad. I missed that thing.
Yeah.
To get another one.
So for 7, I had an awkward drive, so I had to pitch it up and tap in for the par, which it's all right.
Yeah, you were down by me on that one.
Yeah.
Pretty close to each other.
Hole 8 is just an easy flick up, so that was a drop in for bird.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing really to say much about that.
I am going to ace that hole this year.
That would be pretty cool to see.
Hole 8, I have to ace it.
Yeah.
The last few times we were there, I went over it, I went behind it, I went under it. I'm right there on every shot. So maybe I got to go a little higher and less sauce.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I'm calling it out.
Yeah. I could definitely see it happening.
That and, that one and, what did I say? Oh, I had a dream. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
All right. I'll tell you about it later.
Hole 9, this one, I went back, I stuck with the glory, but I took a lot of power off of this to see if, because normally if I give it the full juice, it goes way past the pin. So I took a lot off of this, and I just kind of flicked it. It flipped up pretty good, landed probably about 50 feet from the pin. So I ran it, came short. Yeah. I at least gave it a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid bid.
So, and then that was a tap in for par. Yeah.
Easy pars.
Yeah, I literally just barely missed it. It just kind of just like hit the basket and just dropped. So
Also with hole 9, dude, I think this is what puts me off too, is the top of the band is bent.
yes, the whole basket is a little crooked.
It's all it looks like somebody made it in their backyard and stuck it in the woods. That's how that basket looks.
Yeah.
So I think me putting downhill at it with it all being wonky like that got into my head. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was literally like one of the only mistakes other than 18 that I made.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'll stop complaining soon.
Hole 10, this one is a easy flex shot, stands out the glory.
Mm-hmm.
I think I must have hit the basket or something, because when mine went up there, it went in the area where the basket is. We heard a loud bang sound, and I thought I hit the basket. I was like, oh, wow. And then, of course, we watched it tumble down, and it hit the wood. Thankfully, it didn't go over the wood.
Yep, 98% chance roll away. Hole 10.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna make a sticker. I'm putting it on the T sign.
So 45-footer, I ran it. I kissed the chains, and it came out the backside, which I'm fine with because that's a little bit out of my range for attacking it. So I was pretty stoked so that just means I'm getting closer.
Yeah.
So that was an easy drop in for par. Hole 11, we even talked about this earlier. I wanted to throw the putter, but then I chose to just do my typical safe play for now. Yeah. But during the practice round, I'm definitely putting that to a test.
It was a headwind to us as well.
Yeah.
Going into 11 there, so I can understand your hesitancy on it.
Yeah.
But I think if you backhand something on the right side of 11 is the right play to do.
With that putter, it'll go right up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But for this, so for the 11, I just played safe, took the savior. Heiser flipped it out towards the trees on the left, the spruce, the pine trees on the left.
Yep.
And then I just take the anvil and I skip it up to the pin, drop in for par.
Which Aaron was very impressed with, by the way, too.
Yeah.
He's very impressed with your approach shots. So they're getting a lot better.
Yeah.
Especially with that anvil. You got that thing dialed in.
Oh, I love skipping that one.
Yeah.
That one's my favorite.
I think that's something I need to learn how to do is just actually skip shots.
Yeah.
I can't force a skip shot yet.
Yeah. I find it a lot easier for me to do than doing my Heiser flip towards the basket.
Yeah.
So in any situation, I'm always looking. I look at the ground before I do my approach shot? I'm like, will it skip or will it get stuck?
That's totally opposite of me. I'm always looking at the sky.
Yeah.
Because high Heiser route for me is my upshots.
No.
Just high Heiser, let it crash next to the basket. That's it.
I love just being able to skip it. Because then I can keep everything low. Don't have to worry about to worry about any trees or nothing. No limbs.
My luck, it would hit the ground and just stay right there.
Tombstone right there.
That's exactly what they would do.
Yeah.
Or roll away. Something else. Just cut, roll somewhere else.
50 feet behind you.
Yeah. There's no way. I can't do it. That's something I would like to learn, though.
Yeah.
Figure something out.
Hole 12. Too bad, Sully. Like, too bad there was no way he could have seen this drive because he would have been so pumped up because I led with my hips, like he's always like been on my case about.
Yeah.
So this one, I don't even remember looking back for a reach back. I just remember just kind of like going through and my hips snapping forward and then just watching the drive just go. And it went. And
Yes,
it just kept going and going. Came in between the last pine tree and the last actual tree, and it skipped. And I was about 60 feet from the basket.
Yep.
So I'm thinking to myself, I could possibly eagle this. I'm going for this. So I went for it. Just barely missed the basket. Like, I just barely touched the chains, and it dropped down. So I was like, all right, cool. So then I was dropping for a bird.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. I think I would have been the only one to take an eagle on that.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else got it.
I was so close. I could taste it.
Yeah. I also didn't go through other scores. Maybe somebody up in MA1 got it.
Yeah. But that would be bragging rights. I'd be so pumped up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Be the loudest. That'd be the loudest thing that happened on the course.
Yeah.
It was quiet all day up until Josh.
Yeah. Well, the course is always quiet till I come on
That's
the
usually
course.
the case, yeah.
And then you just hear me like just talking loud.
Oh.
Hole 13. I'm still having issues with this tee pad.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So this one, I lined everything up perfectly like I always did before, where I was able to park it. Just going through my shot, and when I put my plant foot down, my eyes darted down to see where my foot was. So I was like worried of rolling my ankle or falling off the tee pad and taking a stroke penalty on that for a foot fault. So when my eyes darted down, it threw off my shot completely, and then I just watched my shot just be complete garbage and just go out there.
Yeah, shout out to Chris Higgins for putting that into our heads about foot faulting on this hole.
But it's a good thing you pointed out because I
never would have thought of it.
Yeah, me either. And then I would have been standing there and I would have gotten a stroke penalty for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad that he mentioned that to me because I would have never thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I honestly, though, I do think that you should start hyzer backhanding on this hole.
Yeah.
It will be your next play.
Yeah, if it's going to, like, if they end up not modifying this hole at all and it just stays the way it is, then I will start backhanding
It's the perfect hyzer backhand for righty, especially with how good yours was on 12.
Yeah.
13, I would have been riding that high for sure. And would have tried it again.
Yeah.
So, next time, I think.
Yeah, that'll be another one of those changes I make.
Mm-hmm.
So I was about, I would say, 60 feet from the pin.
Yeah.
I was back a little bit further than you.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I just kind of just pitched up and tapped in for the par.
Yep.
Which is good.
That's how we're going to play for the remainder of the year.
Yeah.
Easy pars.
14. I crushed this one, and I'm thankful that tree, the final tree I hit on the left. So that final tree on the left that is like all like spider webbed out, I'll call it.
Yeah, it's not a pine tree.
No. Normally my shot comes out of the tunnel and flexes in between those two trees and skips in towards the basket. Mm-hmm. But this one just kind of got stuck, and it just kept going.
Yeah, that crosswind kept it there.
So it didn't flip up as soon as I wanted. It flipped up really late, and if it didn't hit that tree, I probably went way down the fairway of 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably would have passed that, actually.
Yeah.
It was trekking towards, like, 16's basket, it looked like.
Yeah. I mean,
you would have been downhill if you wouldn't have been past it, for sure.
Yeah, I think that would have been OB. I think there's OB back there.
Yes, I think if you get in that tree line that's down there, I think that is OB on 14.
So I hit that tree and then bounced backwards. Then I pitched up, tapped out for par. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Yep.
15, I normally do the sky hyzer forehand. But with the wind being the way it was and the fact it was a tournament round, I didn't want to risk anything.
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll play it safe. Well, yeah. It didn't work too well. I hit first available trying to backhand it down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit the tree, and then it just kind of fell backwards onto the hill and rolled down to the bottom of the hill. So I was at least on level ground for my second shot, which was nice. So I just hyzer flipped it, the savior, and I went right to the pin. Literally, It was like a 10-foot little pitch in, tap in for par.
Yeah, 3 of us were all like right there within a line.
Yeah.
Right above the basket a bit.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aaron's the only one that had a bad shot on that hole.
Yeah, he crushed it.
Yeah, somehow. Aaron played this hole how I played hole 6. Like, he ended up on top, almost up on top of the hill on 15. Overthrew it going back downhill, almost ended up on hole 6's fairway, and had to throw back up to 16's back. Yeah, he played 16 how I played 6.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild.
So coming into 16, so my shot is normally a flex shot with the felon. I normally keep it low, and I crash it into the side of the hill or skip it at the bottom. I decided I was going to try and play it more aggressive because I know how the shot's going to form, and I figured if I just aim up a little bit higher, I can get to flex and then skip up towards the top of the hill and sit by the pin. But when I did that, it kind of took an air bounce and hit the tree, hit one of the limbs, and then it kind of just flattened it right down. So then I went for a sky hyzer, and it flipped up, and it was tracking pretty good, and we watched it just get caught in the wind. It went up and up and up and went past the pin. So then I had an awkward spot, so then I had to kind of just pitch it out and take a bogey.
Yep.
I couldn't go. I was thinking about going for it, but then
That's a death putt.
it was a death putt, and then I had a small gap like that, and then I had really nothing. So I couldn't do anything but just kind of just pitch out.
To be honest with you, I'd rather have like a small gap to go through when I'm dealing with a death putt, if there's trees around it and everything like that too. I just focus on the basket harder that way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if I make it through the gap, I have like a good 8% chance that I'm hitting the basket.
Yeah.
So.
But the gap was here, then the basket was off to the left. So I would have had to just put an extreme hyzer on it and flick it out there and hope that it somehow gets around and in.
Okay. That's
which,
difficult.
yeah.
No, I'm talking about through a gap at straight shot at the basket. Yeah.
But I think that's why you were all wondering why my disc kind of just came out half floated and just kind of plopped down.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I had nothing. So.
It's all right.
Yeah. 17, I always play this one safe because I'm too much of a chicken to run this one. So I always just take it to the right side, up on the hill, and then I normally just pitch up and tap out for par.
Do you have a real flippy mid range?
I can hyzer flip all my overstable.
Yeah, but how flippy? So can you put something on a little bit of an anhyzer angle when you're forehanding, so you're kind of throwing it towards the wall and have it flip and come back?
That's a flex line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that with the Savior.
Why don't you try that there?
I'm too much of a chicken.
Too scared.
Too much of a chicken.
I think you could do it.
Yeah, I've done it in practice rounds where I have successfully done the flex line to it. I've successfully have done hyzer flips to it, but every time a tournament comes, I just chicken out and I just play it safe.
All right.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with playing it safe, especially if you're having a good score by the time you get to 17.
Yeah.
There's no reason to try to force a birdie on this hole.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I never know if I'm having a good score or not because I don't pay attention.
Well, you should know by the way that your round's been. If you're stressed out by the time you get to 17, then you probably shouldn't be running it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah. You never get stressed. I get stressed.
Hole 18. This one, I just played this one completely dumb because normally I aim out left and let the disc come way back in. Mm-hmm. So I normally let the disc get air, but I aimed right towards the basket. So I tried keeping it a little bit lower than normal, trying to get underneath the one branch of the pine tree.
Pine trees, yep.
Yep, that hangs out. Yes, we know what those are.
100% pine trees, 98% roll away.
Yeah. So I decided to try and keep it a little bit lower, and then we just kind of watched it snapped out pretty good. It looked like it was going to hover its way there, but then the wind just kind of just threw it down. About, I'd say 100 feet from the basket, I decided to take a run at it. Mm-hmm. Almost made it in. We were all like, oh!
Yeah.
And it hit the basket.
It rimmed it. It just scooped out of the rim.
Yeah, it went into the basket and then shot out.
Yeah.
So then I was about 45 feet after that. So I decided to give it a little bit of juice to try and get the par. Then we watched the wind just kind of carry my disc up and over the basket.
Airball.
Yep. And then there was a 15-foot
yep.
basically tap in for bogey.
Yeah, we both bogeyed 18.
Yeah. So
just stupidly bogeyed 18.
Yeah, so I played 16 and 18 like an idiot.
Yeah.
Too aggressive. I should have just played my typical lines and then just been fine.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I finished out 1 over par, which is normal.
solid. Some solid work there.
Yeah.
But you played it very safe.
Yeah.
So you barely had any bogeys other than those like 3.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
shooting, man.
Could be better.
Took the win over me.
Yeah.
Not by much though. I mean, through the front 9, we were both even.
Yeah.
It was all the mistakes and shanks that I had that really screwed me up. But
Yeah.
we were pretty solid this round. So it was great.
Yeah, even with the weather.
Even with the weather. I'm getting real tired of the weather, dude.
Yeah.
We've been playing too much in horrible weather.
That's what I've been looking up for this upcoming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We might push Bond to Sunday. Just because Saturday's supposed to rain.
Didn't you say there was an event Saturday, too?
It's weird because I think it's just people just show up and pay this person because there's no sign up or nothing.
Oh, so it's just a league, like a pay-to-play?
I guess. I don't know. Because there's no sign ups or nothing. So.
And it was a doubles league, right?
Yeah.
Or doubles event?
Yeah. So I'm thinking even if it did and we tee off at 10, we'd be way ahead.
Was it just a Facebook event?
It's it's posted up on the tournament thing, but there's no sign ups and there's no schedule or nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why I don't fully understand. So I'm thinking even if there is on Saturday, and let's just say the weather is nice for Saturday, if we tee off at 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10, we'd be about pretty much halfway through the course by the time they show up to get started.
Okay. So what do you want to do, Saturday or Sunday?
Checking the weather.
Okay.
Because right now they're saying 100% chance rain on Saturday, which means I would push it to Sunday just so we're not playing in the rain.
I know, but you should get used to playing in the rain, too.
We have been playing in the rain, wind, snow, wind.
It's pretty terrible.
I just wanted to practice around with where it's nice weather.
Nice weather out, especially at Bond. So when the weather is nice and you're at Bond Lake, it's a good day.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful there. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I was just thinking about this earlier. There's not even a hole I can bust out the enforcers on.
Why not?
None of them are long enough for the enforcer.
Sure there is.
Nope. Hole 3, I want to stay kind of short so I don't miss that gap. Because I was thinking about busting out there because I could definitely make it through the gap.
Yeah, you don't want to try to get it in the gap?
Nope. I want to be just in front of it.
Okay, well, what about 4 then? That's uphill.
That's back. That would be a backhand. That's not a forehand.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, second shot?
Second shot, I would send it way too far. Second shot, I just like doing sky highs or getting around the bend and getting by that tree.
I like landing on that big tree that's on the hill there.
Yep.
I like being on the far side of that.
I like landing right on top of that hill.
Oh, okay.
I love being up there.
No, I push that shot at Bond on hole 4 at Bond. I try to get up the hill as far as I can. There's a picnic bench that's up there.
Yeah.
That's what I aim for. I want to get up to that bench.
So I normally go try and get up the hill as far as I can.
Yeah, you want to try to be on a flat surface.
Yeah. And then I normally just go sky highs or forehand, and then just get around the bend and up to the other side where that big hill is with that single tree.
Yep.
Land on that hill. Then it's a nice, easy, just flick up.
Yeah.
Hyzer approach, and then tap in for a par.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like that's smart. I like being past it because then it's my sky hyzer approach shots from there.
Yeah.
Because it's just a nice.
And hole 5, I want to try backhanding that putter through 5. That'll be the first time I do that.
Okay.
Now that I see that, I can do that.
How about the enforcer on hole 6 then?
6 is a backhand. Because if I forehand
you don't want to flex out and then pitch in.
No, because
okay. That's how I play the hole.
Yeah, because if I forehand it, then I'll be further away. I'll be mid fairway, going into the gap.
And then you pitch into the gap. That's how I play that hole.
I could just backhand it and then get closer to the gap, and then it's an easy little pitch up and tap out for par.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go through them all here. Is it 13? No. 9? There's a bunch of little pine trees.
Oh,
so
all out in the...
No. Eight's up on top of the hill.
Yep.
On top
9
of
is
on top of the hill. Then
10 is got that ditch off to the left. Because you go through all those trees, you have the ditch to the left.
Maybe it's 13.
So
There's another one. There's a bunch of trees on the all along the right side because there's a creek,
12.
and then there's a bunch of little pine trees.
It's
then-
either
and then there's
it's
a gap.
either
Then there's
it's
another
either
gap.
14 or 15.
Okay,
I can't remember which one.
I can't either.
But
We'll figure it
that
out.
one's a backhand.
That was another backhand for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you go down the opening. You only go near the trees. You go around all the trees, and then
Yeah.
you get yourself to the right side of the gap, and then I'm able to forehand in.
I can go both ways.
Yeah.
I can either forehand something straight down there, or I backhand try to get above the pine trees and have it crash down in front of the opening.
Yeah, I used to forehand it, but I constantly would get to the gap on the wrong side, and then I would take out my forehand approach.
Gotcha.
Then
Okay.
I'd be stuck.
All right.
Yeah, so if I backhand it, then I'm guaranteed to be going into the gap on the right, coming from the right side, which opens because the basket's to the left.
Yeah.
So then it opens up my forehand approach.
With the anvil.
Yeah,
Perfect.
yeah,
All right. Cool.
yeah. That's why I had to learn that one's a backhand, not instead of a forehand.
All right. Can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
See how you do. All right. Let me tell you about my dream. So before this,
I had a dream.
I had a dream. Before this event, this past weekend, again, round 1 point series 2024. I literally dreamed that I aced hole 1 right off the bat. This is all coming off of our last practice there because I had 2 perfect shots running right at the basket. One went just faded down a little too short. Other one went too far.
Yeah.
But they were beamlining straight for the basket. So I'm like, in my head, sleeping the night before, I aced hole 1. I aced hole 4 and hole 5 in this dream. I was like, so I'm going into there. I'm like, I'm getting it. I'm giving these shots a go.
Yeah.
And there's got to be something with that, It didn't work out.
Not yet.
Oh, to get an ace during an event would be fantastic. Multiples will just be a prayer.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I would like to know what the ace pool happens with that. Say you and another person also have an ace during an event. It splits.
Yeah.
But what if you got 2 aces during an event and that person just had the 1?
No idea.
Come on, do I have to still split it with you?
I have no idea.
I'll give you a third.
I never pay into it because I don't ace.
You should pay into it.
I never ace.
Yeah, but
I don't even come close.
you might.
No. I know. Nope. Acing is not in the cards for me.
It'll change once you do. Once you do, if you ace during an event and you didn't pay into the ace pool, it'll change. Now
I
you're
see
always
people
gonna do it.
posting up every week on Facebook, aces, whole aces, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I don't even know what that's like.
You never got one?
I got one my very first
you-
week of playing, but I don't count it.
Why not?
Because I probably didn't even play the hole right. I didn't know anything about disc golf.
If it goes from the tee pad into the basket, you played the whole round.
I don't even know if I was on the tee pad. I knew nothing about disc golf. I just seen the basket.
Where
and
were you?
I was at Pinewoods. I didn't even know that there was a layout.
This is before they put the pads in?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I didn't even know anything about disc golf. I just was given a disc and told to throw. I don't even know if I was even on the correct fairway. I just kind of threw it.
All right.
So that's why I don't count it.
Both of my aces were at Pinewoods.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine was joking that Pinewoods doesn't count because it's so short. So, I mean, both of them were under 200 feet, both
Yeah.
aces. So
Yeah. So
I count them.
yeah. So since I officially played disc golf, haven't got one.
All right.
Not even close. So that's why I don't pay into it because
Well, that's
acing's
gonna
just
be-
not my thing.
That's going to be a riot when it happens then.
Oh, it's gonna be hilarious when it does.
Yeah.
And watch it be the time when the ace pie's at the biggest.
That'd be cool too.
That'd be hilarious because oh, you didn't pay. Nope, I didn't.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Next year.
So yeah, I have no idea what acing feels like.
You'll learn. So much fun. All right, guys. That'll be it for this week's episode here. Like, share, subscribe. YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, all that fun stuff. We're at 65 subscribers
Ooh,
on YouTube
we're
right
getting
now.
there.
So we are getting up there. Guys, remember, 100 subscribers. We're going to do a giveaway for this disc. Custom dyed by Forbin Dye Works and Collectibles. Check those guys out. Also, again, shout out to Backbone Disc Golf. They got a lot of events this year.
Yeah,
They've been doing a lot of stuff I saw.
And they're out at courses that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Chili, Shadow Pines.
Yeah.
I gotta get out there. I gotta make sure I get out there for at least an event because I love those courses.
Mm-hmm. I've never been.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind it. That's one thing I wanted to do. I even talked to the wife about it too last year. I'm like, I want to venture out further.
yeah.
Go to places I've never been.
You'll like Shadow Pines more because it's more open.
Mm-hmm.
That's an old golf course that they converted to disc golf course.
But I do like tight technical woods. That's why I like Bond and Outwater so much.
I mean, we're talking Chili. It's very tight.
Okay.
Like extremely tight. Like
Let's do it.
oh, it's it's long. Like the course is huge. The holes are long and very tight, very technical.
It's my type of lady right there. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you out there.
As always, keep it in the fairway.
Peace out.